Hello, peace be with you. Welcome to this week's collective worship. I'm going to light our virtual candle to give us a moment to get comfortable and ready for a time of reflection. Have you ever noticed what a wonderful, beautiful place that we live in? Have you ever stopped to think about it? The word respect comes from two Latin words. Now, Latin is a very old language that was spoken by the Romans, but English pinches a lot of words from Latin. So respect is made up from two Latin words that mean look back or look again. And when you respect something or someone, you take time to have a careful look and really appreciate them. So do we respect our world? Do you take time to think about our world and really notice it and appreciate it? I wonder if you've got a favourite place or a favourite animal in the world. Maybe it's a park bench that you like to go and sit on, or a tree in the playing fields that you like to sit under and watch the sunshine through the leaves. Or perhaps you'd rather go down to the river and splash about or throw stones. I think my favourite place would be near to the river by Easby Abbey. And my favourite animal or insect, maybe that would be a bumblebee because they're so fuzzy and friendly and bright and cheerful. I wouldn't want to hold one in case it stung me, but I do think they're fun. So why don't you take a moment and have a look out of the windows at the classroom, and think about your favourite place in the world. Think about your favourite animal or your favourite bird and really appreciate the beautiful world and the beautiful place that we live in. The Bible tells us that the earth belongs to God. God made it, and God made everything, every living creature in the world. And so the world isn't ours. It belongs to everybody and belongs to God and belongs to every creature. So we should respect the world and look after it to make sure that everyone can enjoy it fairly. Now, I have a poem. It's written by a famous poet called Simon Armitage, and it's called Ark. And while I'm reading it, you might want to think about a famous Bible story that has an ark in it, and see if you can think of any similarities between the ark in the Bible and the poem I'm going to read. So here we go. Ark by Simon Armitage. They sent out a dove. It wobbled home, wings slicked in rainbow of oil, a sprig of tinsel snagged in its beak, a yard of fishing line binding its feet. Bring back the leaf. They sent out an Arctic fox. It plodded the bays of the northern fringe in muddy socks and a nylon cape. Bring back the leaf. Bring back the reed and the reef. Set the ice sheet back on its frozen plinth. Tuck the restless watercourse into its bed. Sit the glacier down on its highland throne. Put the snowcap back on the mountain peak. Let the northern lights be the northern lights, not the alien glow over Glasgow or Leeds. A camel capsized in a tropical flood, caimans dozed in Antarctic lakes, polymers rolled in the sturgeon's blood. Hippos wandered the housing estates. bring back the leaf, bring back the tusk and the horn unshorn, bring back the fern, the fish, the frond and the fowl, the golden toad and the pygmy owl. Revisit the scene where swallowtails fly through acres of unexhausted sky. They sent out a boat. Go, little breaker, splinter the pack ice and floes, nose through the rafts and pads of wrappers and bottles and nurdles and cans, the bergs of atolls and islands and states of plastic bags and microbeads, and the forests of smoke. Bring back the leaf, bring back the river and sea. So that's quite a serious, sad poem about what happens when we don't respect the environment, when we don't appreciate it and look after it. Sometimes it can seem such a big problem that people get worried about it, worried about the state of the world. But sometimes the best way to stop worrying is to do something. And we can do something about our environment. Everyone can do something. And all the little things that people do will add up to a big change. So here's a few suggestions. We could use less electricity, and we could drive in our cars less. We could use less plastic and respect the outdoor environment by not dropping litter. We could also look after the things that we have in our homes and in our schools, tidying them up and cleaning them up and keeping on using them rather than buying new things. And here's a few more suggestions. In November, our country is hosting a big meeting for lots of world leaders. You might have heard about it. It's called COP26, and it's going to be held in Glasgow. Important people from across the globe will be coming to talk about the environment and climate change. Young people from the Methodist Church are campaigning and asking the leaders to take action on the climate. So you could perhaps join in and write to your MP. Maybe you could do this as a whole class. And Christians believe that prayer is powerful. So if you believe in prayer, you could pray that all the leaders at the COP26 event will act wisely and to help the environment. And I believe in prayer too. So I'm going to invite you to share in a prayer now. As always, you can say Amen at the end, or you can turn down the sound and read it for yourself. But if you don't like prayer or don't feel comfortable praying, then you could just use the words to reflect in your heart on the environment. Loving God, who created this amazing and beautiful world, help us do our bit to respect our planet and look after our environment. Help world leaders make good decisions about the climate. Amen. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.